nothing is guaranteed. Such a thin line in between, colder than ice when you're next to me. First time we met, I knew I had to make you mine. Couldn't see all the warnings, cause you looked so fine. When I look into your eyes, my heartbeat stops. Live a beautiful life, there's no love. I don't need you. Your love just doesn't feel true, but you're going to my head a lot. Yeah, I don't need you. Who is gonna be you when we come to an end? So hard to find, feeling left all shivery, one of a kind, drowning in your misery. I should let it be, let go and set it free. Love is rare, but yours is killing me. I don't need you. Your love just doesn't feel true, but you're going to my head a lot. Yeah, I don't need you. Who is gonna be you when we come to an end? We've been going through so much lately. Tell me, how can I trust you, baby? I planned on making you my lady. The deal is looking shady, but maybe I'm just crazy. I don't regret the way that we have gone through yet, cause I learned on this journey just to do my best. At a stage where we divide, happening too fast. Don't want to say goodbye, it's so bad. All said and done, it won't work out in the long run. Too sad it's what you wanted, but nobody won. Our relation's in demise, so let it die. Go back to our lives, you know why. I don't need you. Your love just doesn't feel true, but you're going to my head a lot. Yeah, I don't need you. Who is gonna be you when we come to an end?
Free thinking is to think for yourself. To question, to ponder, to wonder, what more could there be? For you see, free thinking is the only true way to innovate, create and evolve. It separates the good from the great. So be a searcher and see what you can really be when you set your think free.
Free your think at Murdoch University. Apply now.
Shuffling is great for some things, like showing off at poker night or dominating the dance floor when the big beat drops. But what happens when shuffling isn't the right move? If you want to play your favourite song right now, you need Spotify Premium. With Premium, you'll leave shuffle behind and listen just the way you want. Tap the banner to learn more. Some guy called Peter managed to jump a skipping rope over 12,000 times in an hour. Really, it's a world record. We looked it up. Well, we think you'd like Spotify Premium. Instead of just 6 skips an hour, Premium gives you unlimited skips, so you can jump between tracks as much as you like. Learn more about Premium when you tap the banner. Go on, do it for Peter.
You deserve more than a moment. Trying to be more than just friends with you. He don't appreciate nothing. Whoa, whoa. Just pick up the phone when my heart dial you. If you're not available, then don't waste your time. Someone should be loving you. You can always hit my that boy I know sure like your waistline. Hit your phone every night on the late night, and he can't even answer your FaceTime. No, baby girl, I wanna show you, hold you down if you trust my lead. Baby, save a little space for me. Switch your number, girl, and tell him that if you're not available, then don't waste your time. Someone should be loving you. You can always hit my line. Every time you leave, you find a reason to come back when he say please. This time you don't have to answer. Tell him I'll get back to you. Tell him I'll get back to you. Tell him you're looking for love, for love, for love, for love, for love. He don't show you. You can't ignore the truth. You're not available. Tell him I'll get back to you. Anything you need from me. I'm trying to give you iced out wrist, neck drip type of love. Whoa, yeah. And I know that you want me the same. So when it hits your line, pick up like who this? I'll get back to you. Tell him I'll get back to you. Tell him you're looking for love, for love, for love, for love. Looking for love, he don't show you. You can't ignore the truth, and you're not available. Tell him I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you.
know when it's time for a Heineken.
But for all those other times, it's time you tried Heineken 3.
Saturday night, standing room only, live and loud. Time for a Heineken.
Chilled Sunday session. That's a time for Heineken 3. The easy drinking mid-strength beer with lower calories, lower carbs and a great taste.
You know when it's time to go with Heineken.
But for all those other times, it's time you tried Heineken 3.
Heineken 3 has 38% less calories and 44% less carbs than full-strength Heineken.
Over 18s only. Enjoy responsibly.
At OPSM, Health Fund members get 50% off lens extras when you purchase a complete pair. Combine with your Health Fund optical rebate for even greater savings. Ends December 31. Visit OPSM today. Conditions and exclusions apply.
Time's running out to get unlimited skips for an eensy-teensy price. For the next few days only, premium is just 99 cents for your first 3 months. That means you can jump past the tracks you don't like so much, straight to the tracks you do. Have fun, bounce around, make some moves. Ready to go premium? Tap the banner now to get 3 whole months for 99 cents.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's broadcast of the LSEM 100. I'm Kian Butler, also known as LSEM the Butler, and I'll be your host today. Alongside me is Brendan Costi. Hello, Brendan.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, so LSEM 100 is back in business, baby. It's going to be a good race today. It will be 27 laps, or 27 live laps of Sebring, with 1 pace lap at the start. Safety car rule is in effect, and currently the drivers are in the meetup. Let's see who we have to lobby. So at the top of the board we see, or not at the top of the board in terms of points, but just on the top of the list that they're ordered right there, we have LSEM Insanity, LSEM Oz, Too Quick, who might just be too quick, Sir Lag-a-Lot, hopefully he doesn't cause issues. Kmart Tights, personally I prefer Target. Denzel, or DeFore Enzel, not sure if it's Denzel or DeFore Enzel. 40 Bread 3788 0. It's a lot of numbers. I'm just going to say Mr. Bread fan. Crimson, I'm hoping that's how it's pronounced. And this is the man with the lovely United Federation of Planets logo on his gamer tag. Star Trek fan, will always be a fan of the Star Trek. Chaos Fox CM7 in the Aston Martin Advantage GT3. LSEM Norbit in the BMW M3 GT2. Pompeii Pigeon in the Jaguar. AP1 Raccoon in the Aston GT3. And SVR Family Dude in the Jaguar XK. There are a couple of stragglers right now. I believe we are still waiting for Zombie Gut Kill and the SSR boys if they decide to come along today. So, Brendan, what are your predictions for this race?
I think I'm gonna have to take my boy Zombie on this race. He's pretty spot on at Sebring when it comes to running the GT cars. So I don't really know some of these guys in here. I don't really know how good they're gonna be, but I think it's just gonna, we'll find out here.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how well, in fact, all of the drivers do against each other in close proximity, especially at the start and the middle of the race. If there is a safety car, then that could change things up. For those of you who don't know, we'll be running a virtual safety car rule where we will be having, if there is a collision between two or more cars where one of the cars has damage, then a virtual safety car will be called. The grid will form up on the first lap past the pits. The pits will be closed to everyone except the individuals with damage, and the second pass of the pits will be open to everyone. And on the third pass, the race will be live once again. So it should be a lot of fun.
Are there going to be any required pit stops for this race?
There will be 2 required pit stops throughout the race.
2 required.
Enough to make sure the 4 GT makes it all the way.
Yeah.
And enough to give everyone leeway.
Yeah.
Now, we have a couple of cool announcements coming up today before the race starts. So, to start off with, we have a new series that we are hosting in collaboration with Dino Dad Shadow. You may have heard about it on Twitter already. It is the Wheel Users United Championship. And what it is, it's a 5-week series, I believe, targeted towards wheel users. And I'm going to quickly go ahead and say, Buku, that you are kind of... my audio is coming back for your mic.
I don't know how.
Is he having the broadcast open? Do you have the broadcast open right now?
Yeah, but you can't hear it because it's running through a separate...
I can hear it.
No, like, the separate pair of headphones isn't anywhere close to my mic. Like, it's all the way across the room.
Maybe just turn it down. I don't know. It might be coming through. I don't know. I can't hear it through your microphone. I don't know how, but yeah. Yeah. And so what this championship is a 5-week series where all drivers will be required to use a wheel. And I think that's a really interesting concept, considering the fact that wheels kind of don't get the credit they deserve in this game. And they really, they don't, people don't see them really as competitive. But we actually do have LSEM Oz in the party tonight, or not in the party, sorry, in the race, who is using a wheel. And we have a couple other guys in our team that use wheels primarily, so it'll be interesting to see how they do tonight. Now, one of the other major announcements we have is that we are currently working towards a partnership with a team on iRacing. That team is known as Sim 2 series. And that team is primarily an oval racing team on iRacing. But we are in the talks for a deal right now, which would see any endurance or any road course work being carried out by our team, and sharing of publicity from the two of them. So I think that's a really exciting prospect.
It's just nice to be able to see the team branching out to other places, other games.
Of course, yeah. Now, coming up to next week, the second round of preseason for the LSEM 100, we'll be splitting up the lobbies into 2 lobbies, especially if we get enough interest. One of them will be a European-timed lobby, which will be at 4 p.m. British time, or GMT, which is British Standard Time right now. And the other lobby will be targeted more towards the American audience. Now, it's unclear as to whether we're going to be hosting that at... it's unclear whether we're going to be hosting that at the same time that we have this time, which will be 9 p.m. Eastern, or if we're going to be hosting it at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, just due to some timing clashes with some other series. Take it away, Victor. I'm getting a phone call, so I'll be right back.
I think we're set to have qualifying start at 9 o'clock, so should be pretty interesting to see the different cars and how they perform here. I'm not really sure what the spec is for the tuning, but it'd be pretty. It's not really much of a shocker to see all the Jaguars in the field. It's a pretty quick car, along with the Audis too. It's gonna be pretty cool to see the difference between the straight line speed and the cornering of the Fords, maybe, along with the M3 too. The M3 is gonna be pretty cool. There's a Bentley in here too. Oh boy. There's a boat.
and we just had a quick meeting with race control in LSEM Oz. So the start procedure has been confirmed for today. For those of you who don't know, the start procedure for today will be a single file warm-up lap at 80 miles per hour, forming up on the back straight at 60 miles per hour, and then going too wide. And then the race starts when each individual's car crosses the line. Yeah, so we're going to take this opportunity now to do what I'm sure some of you have come for today, which is the debuting of our new team trailer, which should be an exciting thing. So we're going to transition over to that, and I hope you enjoy.
A relatively new team, I think, to Forza 7. They're rolling out the red carpet for themselves here. Light-speed endurance motorsports. I can't wait to see with a couple of months of practice what these guys are going to be able to do.
When you want to get off that darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down.
And he's holding it all into the inside through the bus stop. Will he have the speed coming out of it? The Butler able to hold on to third for at least for now.
You should grow feathers to see this change. When you want to get off the darkest ground, the gravity pulls you straight down.
There goes Butler and Buku. LSEM, first and second position. We've got a line of two. That's going to be insanity the inside of, with Slapsvella looking to the outside here in 7.
Now, I think that was a incredible video, trailer. I think that was incredible, truly incredible. That was created by our very own LSEM coder, and a brilliant job he did do, if I do say so myself. So we're nearing the start of qualifying now, as we approach 9:51 a.m. Perth time, which will be 0151 GMT. The commentator in ARMS, Buku, is currently grabbing a drink, so it'll just be myself and,
I'm back now.
well, Buku now that he's back. Alright, so. Oh. I think that might be a problem. Okay. Can you go ahead and talk for a second, Buku?
Hello? Yes? I am here.
Keep going.
Hello? Hello? Check 1, 2.
Yeah, awesome, cool.
Check 1, 2.
So there might have been a slight issue there with you being an echo, because I had you being picked up on my computer and on the video capture device. So I've rectified that issue.
Sweet.
So we're coming up to it now.
We're getting closer. We're getting closer to be able to actually watch them on track.
I know, right? So.
We're just patiently waiting.
Very patiently, indeed. We're just seeing. I think who are we waiting for? Waiting for Zombie. Your pick for today's man is not here yet.
And he's not here. Definitely showing out the you know, why I picked him. Thank you, Zombie.
What can he say except you're welcome?
Definitely helping me out.
Now, we're going to take this opportunity to advertise another series that we are running in and that we are really enjoying, aren't we, Booker? It's the Mileage Masters Championship Series, hosted by a man known as Shadow Edge Media. So,
definitely a very fun series at that. It's different, but it's a different type of fun. Like, it's not very, there's not a lot of strict stuff with it. You get to kind of do what you want and have fun.
Yeah, it's really all about.
What separates it apart from the rest of these series is, you get to just do what you want. And
well, with the exception of ramming and whatnot,
Yeah. Yeah. We'll say with the car on the track. Don't quarter cut and all that, but it's pretty good series.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So what it is, it's every week something different. So this week is an off-season event called the Silent Night Race, and that will be Formula E cars around ES Marina, and it'll be hosted. The lobby will come together actually, and the race will start in 14 hours. So check that out on Twitch, Shadow Edge Media, if you want to check them out. The new season for MMC will start in January, and it should be a really fun event. We don't know what cars they are yet. We don't know what class it will be yet. But either way, all we know is that it will be fun. As we see drivers joining and leaving the lobby, probably changing their paint jobs. Yes, as we see LSEM Insanity's change from the LSEM AMR paint job created by AMR the whole to a VXR Stu paint, which looks pretty nice.
And I brought up while you were gone the kind of diversity of the cars in the field. I mean, I wouldn't say there's too much of a diversity, but it's going to be pretty interesting to see how the Ford GT fares with the straight line of the Jaguars.
Yeah, definitely.
And the M3.
It'd be really interesting to see how all of these cars stack up against each other and how the drivers stack up against each other as well, those that are in the same cars.
Mm-hmm.
As we force everyone out of the lobby now.
We're laying on the hammer.
We're going to go to race setup now, and we're going to make some changes to the setup. So, race setup for qualifying will be a circuit race, 5 laps, car division Forza GT. Make sure nobody's pulling out some sneaky Ford GT 905 builds. We're gonna go to
3 miles an hour down the street.
Yeah, of course. We're gonna go to collision mode. Always off, so we have goes to the lobby pretty much. Saying start, and we'll get them with half a second. Actually, we'll get a second of separation. Is that too much? No, we'll go for half a second of separation per car. No quick stops for this, but we will go for a 4-minute end race timer. And compare best lap scores is a yes. So, that's the qualifying setup. We're 3 minutes away from qualifying now for the LSEM 100. 13 drivers in the lobby right now. With, I think, LSEM Boost on his way.
I did see Boost in here a little bit ago.
He's changing his livery right now in Livery Creator.
Okay.
I don't know, do you say livery or livery?
I say livery.
You say livery. You say potato, I say potato. You say tomato, and I say tomato.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be a long race, folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so we're just waiting now for the rest of the drivers to come in. We got 2 more minutes on the clock before we start qualifying. And
It's
I
pretty
gotta say,
fun not being stressed about like actually running the race. Like I'm so used to actually being in the race.
And here he is, our resident YouTuber for today's event, Jeff Newton. Good J Newton, DJ Newton. He's rapid, man. And
Mr.
he's got a
Newton.
YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's called Newton Motorsports. It's growing really rapidly, and it will be a lot of fun.
Just as rapid as his pace around this track. Well, yes.
Yeah, so he's just missed out on the practice lobby this morning.
Alright, well, he is my new... He's my new favorite now that Zombie's not here. I'm picking him.
You're picking Jeff?
Yep.
Okay. So, just make sure that if he falls asleep behind the wheel, we'll be yelling, "Wake up, Jeff." And we gotta get one last guy into the lobby, AP Raccoon. Alongside Boost. Boost is having trouble connecting to the lobby now. I think his game crashed. That's alright, we'll wait for him. Wait for him and Raccoon. We'll see how long it takes for Nick to get online. Nick, zombie status.
Well, using my resources, which is totally not Snapchat, I can see that he was not on within the last 15 minutes.
Yes, he did leave a comment earlier on the Twitter post saying that, "Has the race started yet?" To which I replied, "No, but it will start on the hour, or the qualifying will start on the hour." So we're just waiting now for Boost to join back in, for his Forza to work, waiting for Raccoon. And we're getting reports that Nick Zombie Staffus is in fact with some friends.
Yes. That is... I can concur.
You can concur.
That he is with some friends.
He's with some friends. Alright. Cool. So, we're just waiting on...
As my evidence suggests on Snapchat.
As your evidence suggests on Snapchat.
Yep.
Okay.
He is with some friends.
Now,
ladies and gentlemen, my pick, Mr. Nick Status. It's with some
He's gone. It's like betting on a horse and then it just falling asleep before the race.
Yeah. And we drop $100,000 on this horse and then watch him not race.
Pretty much, eh? So, as Boost tries to rejoin the lobby with his enemy,
Oh. Yeah.
Alright, so we're just going to make... Oh, we're actually getting a phone call from the race control, so if we be quiet for a moment. Hello, race control, this is LSEM broadcast.
Help!
Help!
The party chat crashed, so we all got out, and now the audio is not working in the lobby.
Oh, really?
Oh.
What do we do?
So what we'll get you to do then is we'll get you and Insanity to jump on Discord and split the lobby into two parties.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so we'll wait for you to get that ready, and then we'll just give us a call when that's set up.
Do you want to... Oh, okay, so we're going to have two party chats.
Yeah. So each of you will invite half. You and Insanity will jump onto Discord, and then you guys will have to link... you guys will have to make sure that each of you tell the other one if there's a safety car that needs to happen.
Oh, jeez.
That's the only way to do it stably.
Yeah, it's...
Race control doesn't seem very happy with our decisions.
Yeah.
So don't start the race until we sort this audio thing out.
Yeah, no worries. Give us a call when you do.
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you. And that
This is definitely how they do it IRL, folks. They definitely get a call from race control.
So the start of the race has been, the qualifying session has been red flagged until further notice.
With some inclement weather in the area?
Yes, sir. And, I don't know. Where do we go from here? It's a whole new world.
It's a whole new world. Oh, my bad.
Shining, shimmering splendor. Alright, so we're just waiting for...
Shall we take to the track and show these men how it's done?
We will let them get their affairs in order beforehand. Yeah, so we're just waiting for confirmation from race control that the two parties have been set up. So we'll just keep an eye on that.
You know,
Insanity.
another man that's really been sticking out to me with his name is Too Quick.
Oh, he is a really fast one. So today,
as his name suggests,
we have 5 Australians, as far as I'm aware, being LSEM Oz, Kmart Tights, Too Quick, Sir Lagalot, and good old Jeff Newton. We have a number of Americans, AP Raccoon being 1, Boost being 2, I think Crimson being 3, 40 Bread being 4, Boomtastic being 5, and I think Denzel being 6. And we have some Europeans with LSEM Norbit, LSEM Insanity, Pompeii Pigeon, and Denzel being European, not American. I apologize, Denzel Washington. So as we're waiting now, we'll get a bit of. I don't know. Do we want some music in the background?
Sure. Let's let's turn this place up.
We'll paint a town and we'll shut it down, yo. Alright, so we have some lovely non-copyright sounds, music behind, in the background right now. And we're getting a call from Race Control.
Oh.
Hello, Race Control.
Race Control. Can you tell Sanity to answer his Discord phone, please?
Alright, Insanity is currently sitting in the LSEM team Discord, so you can jump over there and just join the events chat. And then the events voice chat, and he's in there already.
Combine with your Health Fund optical rebate for even greater savings. Ends December 31.
Just go to the LSEM Discord.
Yeah, I'm in there.
And then you see where it says events, and he's in it. Yeah, just click on it.
Join? It says watch.
No, you just click on the events button itself. Yeah, and there you go.
As you can see, our Race Control is not the brightest.
Oh.
Time's running out to get unlimited skips for an teensy price. For the next few days only, premium is just 99 cents for your first 3 months.
He's talking about me.
Ask the tracks you don't like so much,
Yeah.
straight to the tracks you do. Have fun, bounce around.
He doesn't want me to come down there and hop in a car.
Tap the banner now to get 20 months for 99 cents.
I've got Raccoon, Zalagalot, Fantastic, Chaos Box, Kmart Tides, LSE Boost, and Quick. Too Quick. Okay. So we need Black. I've got Black Box. You need to get Goku, Nova, Orbit, 40 Bread.
You want to get Jeff in the party with the rest of the Australians as well?
Race control may or may not be the dentist from Nemo.
Qualifying? Wait, you expect... you can... Are you not doing qualifying, Oz?
He's gonna start in the back.
You just gonna do the race?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Alright then. Leaving race control.
Alright.
Alright, here we go.
Is he not qualifying?
He's not racing. He's just gonna be
Oh,
race control
well,
from the outskirts.
Yeah, as you can see, his car is broken down on the pit lane. They're pushing it back to the paddock as we speak.
Alright, everyone ready up again, and then we'll be heading off. Make sure that you do, in fact, go and spectate. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want me getting into a car.
Let's just double check the lobby settings. Alright, awesome.
Looks
okay, everyone ready up.
To me.
Somebody's changing car.
Chaos Fox. Shake my head.
So as we run, it's not too bad. Just 10 minutes behind schedule. It's not the end of the world.
I'm taking... I think Jeff was his name, correct?
Yeah.
I'm either taking him or I'm taking Too Quick. They're gonna be those are my picks.
Alright.
What are your picks? We gotta establish some...
I think lag a lot, or Kmart tights, or boost.
Boost. The boost is a very good pick. You know, the way he wears that tuxedo makes it look very good.
Okay, there we go, and we're on the way. Here we go. And we're underway for qualifying.
All right.
So let's have a look for our field. We have GJ Newton in the M6 for today. LSEM Norbert in the M3. LSEM Boost in... Let Boost go! Boost. Crimson in the Ford GT. LSEM Boost in the Aston Martin GT3 Vantage.
It's a very
It's
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's lag a lot in the Porsche. Boomtastic also in the Porsche, sporting an LSEM livery of his own design. Kmart tights in, I imagine, a Porsche. Yes.
It's nice to see. Boomtastic ran a little wide in that in turn 7. That was a pretty good start for him.
Insanity in the Audi R8. Chaos Fox CM7 in the Aston Martin GT3 Vantage as well. AP1 Raccoon in the Aston Martin GT3 Vantage. So I'm guessing that these are
Yeah.
We have Denzel in...
Yeah, it's nice to see a boat in the field, you know? The Bentley is... it's nice to see.
And guess what? Oh, Denzel is in the Jaguar. 40 bread. Give Jesus a loaf of bread and you'll feed an entire flock. So imagine we'll do with 40 bread.
Yeah.
We have Pompey pitching around right now. Too Quick is in the Jaguar as well. 40 bred in the Bentley. So as we round lap
Here we
one,
go.
we'll see who had the fastest out lap, which will be Jeff Newton, of course, most likely.
I hope so.
So we're going to go to lap times. We're going to go to race stats, and we're going to see how people do. So the best lap of the Outlast was set by Too Quick with a 205.3. Not seeing too much variation in the number of individuals who are running times. Jeff and Norbert are actually back to back, which is very interesting. Norbert may be pulling in a surprise in this one. I'm not saying that he's slow at any point, but damn, maybe he's got it. We'll see as qualifying continues to proceed as it does. Now, a little bit about this iconic track. Sebring is constructed on an old World War II airfield. It's a very flat circuit, but Forza seemed to negate this flatness by making the curbs 10 miles higher.
Yes. Oh, and Jeff is a little off the track. That's no big deal. He can come back from that.
No big deal at all. So we have a field of... How many drivers do we have today? 14, I believe? 14 indeed.
Yes.
As we go... I don't know. Who do you think's going to have the fastest lap? I think it's going to be Norbert, to be honest.
Norbert, yes. Norbert. I do believe he's going to start on pole.
Well, it's only lap 2. So we'll see how we go going into the other laps. Norbert with a 203.7. Came on tight with a 203.2. Pompey Pigeon with a 202.6.
Denzel with a 202.3. Oh man.
Damn.
Just.
It's crazy. So if we look at our new grid order, we have Denzel, Sir Lagalot, Pompey Pigeon, Too Quick, Insanity, came up tights, 40 Bread, Boomtastic, Newton, Princeton, Chaos, AP1 Raccoon, Norbert, Boost, and that rounds the field for now. I feel like the bottom half of the field is just going to get a clean lap on that one.
Yeah, probably.
So as we go on board with our pole sitter right now, Denzel, we will get to see this man in action. Now, Buku, would you like to reevaluate your picks?
No, I'm sticking with my man. My man's
boy,
plural. Yep. You never know, you know? You never know. A late safety car. Maybe they pit already. You know, the rest of the field has to pit.
Yeah.
Just...
So Norbert didn't get a clean lap in lap 1, I don't think. Or maybe he did with a 203.7.
I wish we could see whether it was a clean lap or not.
Well, I think the ticker at the top orders them clean first and then dirty. But yeah, I wish you could.
Oh, okay.
As do we have any new lap lead position changes?
Norbert goes.
Norbert's moved up.
Yeah, I just saw
Norbert
that.
has moved up to 7th.
He's not pole yet. Come on, Norbert. Don't let us down.
Now we have Boost in 14th. He won't let us down either way, man. He won't. It's gonna be a good race. I can already feel that.
I'm gonna add him to my picks. We'll have 3 picks.
And we're on with Boontastic right now, who's running a 207 clean. not really too fussed about the pace of drivers in the lobby, to be honest. As long as they're clean and respectful, that's all that matters. Boost may be struggling with that Aston Martin. Not sure why he changed it, to be honest. He had a pretty nice paint job on the Audi setup, but I think he maybe wanted a bit more of a challenge. Maybe proving too much of a challenge for himself.
Yeah. Or maybe he just hasn't had a clean lap yet. We'll just give him the benefit of the doubt.
We will indeed. Now, I'm sure the question will come up, can I change car?
Yeah.
To the race. And the answer to that...
The answer is no.
Has to be no, although... We'll see. We'll see, is what I'll say. If that question does come up...
I feel like
because
if they do want to change car, they should just have to start at the back. Yeah.
Yeah. Which does
it wouldn't hurt Boost that much since he's already in the back. So.
Well, we'll see how he goes going into the next lap.
Yeah.
Now, do we have any changes in the grid ordering? I don't think so right now. We have, we have... Hold on. Lagalot now sitting on pole. With 2022.
Boost has moved up to 9th.
Awesome. So, Boost has run... What does he run? Is it clean or a dirty? That's the question that we have to ask.
I think it was a clean lap. Maybe.
A 2046.
I do believe that was clean.
That's not too shabby. And the thing we got to remember as well is that the safety cars will negate some of that pace difference and give people a chance to run on an advantage rather than, run on a strategy to give them an advantage. Now, there's the age-old question: how early is too early for a safety car?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Definitely.
Because if you want to pit under a safety car, you have to make sure that you can make the race and the remaining stop that you have to do, and it does give you quite an advantage. But if there's a safety car right at the start, it doesn't help you too much.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and...
I think if you can get it right in the sweet spot, then the safety car can help you out quite a bit, which I think is going to be one of the big factors of the race. And there may not even be a safety car, you know? It could...
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see, and I'm gonna just jump on... hold on. What am I gonna do? Where are we sitting right now? This is the last lap as people cross the line now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go send instantly message with the driver briefing stuff to do.
Sarah lag a lot, I do believe. Is taking pole.
Yeah, so awesome. So that's qualifying complete. And we're gonna have a look at that. So everyone managed a clean lap, which is frankly awesome. Wow.
Don't know why.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and set up the race lobby while the drivers do the driver brief. We're getting news that it might be a standing start for today's race, due to the two-party coordination. We're going to be collision mode always on for the race today. Standing start. Best lap. Ascending. If best lap is set, as the grid ordering, drivers with the lowest set drivers in the grid by ascending order. If best lap is set as grid ordering, drivers with the lowest lap times will be put in first grid position. Sorry, I need to make sure that that works well, that I'm not messing things up. Alright, and we're going to have a 5-minute end race timer. And let's check that grid ordering. Alright, that is correct. So, your grid for today's race. In first place, we have Sir Lagalot. In second place, we have Denzel from the Netherlands, I believe. Pompey in third place. Kmart Tights in fourth place. LSEM Insanity in fifth place. Too Quick in sixth place. LSEM Norbert in seventh place from Hungary. Jeff Newton, GJ Newton in eighth place. LSEM Boost in ninth place. 40 Bread 37880. Numbers Man in ninth place. Crimson Star Trek Man in 10th place. Chaos Fox CM7 in 11th place. AP1 Raccoon in 12th place. Boomtastic in 13th place. Buku in 14th place. No. So, we will be your stream team for today. We are just waiting for LSEM Oz race
control
to give the all clear for the race to start. Oh, also we need to set the quick stops because that would be bad, and no roll off. Now where do I set the quick stops? 2. There we go. Oh. Okay, hold on. I need to make sure these lobby settings are right. Simulation damage. Collision mode always on. Crossplay blocks no. Number of teams none. Drive box none. Car class any. Drive time any. Standing start. Best lap. Ascending. Yes. Roll off delay. That car.
Do you think they're gonna make it
Overrides.
through turn 1 clean?
It'll be interesting. Brake collision assist will be forced off, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. Full
Unfortunately.
Fixed.
This is gonna be pretty interesting.
It will be. And I can't wait. See, who's this guy? No. Get Eddie.
Mr. Rainbow.
Just a cheeky kick.
Get
I
out of
apologize
here.
for that. But gotta do what a man's gotta do. Alright, so as we just wait for race control's confirmation, it'll be a fun race to watch. A fun race to run.
Yeah, it would be a fun race to run, probably.
And you hear there the tone of deep regret in Buku's voice as he is sad he did not get to win this one. And we're going to turn the game audio up a little bit because I think it is a bit quiet compared to everything else. Can you talk, Buku?
Yes. Hello. Check 1 2. 1 2.
Okay, we're going to go
Hello.
a bit quieter.
Hello. Hello. Check 1 2. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. Okay.
And we're just waiting for confirmation. Okay, we're ready. Everyone ready up? Just waiting for Jeff and Michael.
Come on, Jeff. You are my pick. There we go.
Here we go. the LSEM 100. Its inaugural running as a streamed, serialized event. Let's get underway.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm excited for this.
It should be a lot of fun. And as we wait for the loading screen to come through, we have
Ooh.
race
Oh,
start.
there we go.
And we're having, wow, a great run from Insanity. It gets past Pompey Pigeon at the start. We have Lag a lot in first. It looks like we're going to have Kmart Tights go through the inside of Denzel in turn 1. No, actually, Denzel able to maintain second position. We have Denzel, Kmart, everyone going on. Let's go to the middle of the pack right now.
They made it through clean.
And
Forza being Forza.
Forza being Forza. Did we lose somebody? Bro, we lost somebody
Someone
on the
is
first lap.
in the back. AP1 Raccoon. He was off.
Raccoon's in the back, but we have lost an individual in the race as well. Just trying to figure out who that is. I'm not sure who we lost. I'm sure we'll show us in the ticker in a second, but we're going to go back to the middle of the starting field now. Boomtastic in 12th there. We lost Crimson.
Crimson. We lost Crimson.
Overall, a fairly clean start, although I do want to see if we have damage on Raccoon, or if he's just... No damage on... Oh. Transmission damage, question mark? I think that's just a bug on Forza right now.
Yeah.
But no damage on him, so he's just had a rough start. So, as we enter towards the end of lap 1...
Seems like the front two are starting to pull a little bit.
Yes, as we have Denzel and Lagalot battling their lives out already. We go back just 1 and 2 spots. We have Kmart Tights and Pompey Pigeon battling back to back. A little bit further. This is a really swell pack we have forming already. We go back to 2 quick in 7th place.
Pigeon just can't win a little wide.
Oof. That's alright, if he's managed to stay back on track, that's awesome. But we're on board with 2 quick right now as we go to the race camera, the game camera, as he chases down 2 quick, as he chases down Newton, with Norbert, wow, what a run out of that corner, going into the hairpin, Norbert around the outside, I'm all over the place today. Norbert around the outside boosts, maybe looking towards the inside of 2 quick, not going to make it work, a bit of a rough tough, but Boots did dive a little bit too late there, so yeah, really awesome battles going on so far already, as we go on board now with Newton, as he looks forward to Insanity ahead, and we're actually going to go on board with Insanity to have a look at that battle going on between Kmart Tights and Pompey Pigeon.
Ooh. It's getting a little dicey there between Pigeon and Kmart Tights.
Yeah, definitely. Really bumper to bumper action right now. We're going to move a place forward so we can see exactly what Pompey is seeing, and maybe have a look at the roof camera.
We might get a run here down the back straight.
It looks like it, as the Jaguar has more legs than the Porsche. I assume that most of these individuals on the Porsche are running FOH Venom's tune, which is a pretty much full downforce tune. And it's been really...
the crossover.
Kmart able to maybe stick the run out of the corner, and if he can hold it 2 wide going into the first corner of the race, I think he'll have a better run going into turn 2. will be close, though. He has to make the cutback happen, and he slots in for the draft. So Pompey Pigeon has been able to defend that position. Has he defended position, or has he made the pass? He's made the pass. Pompey Pigeon has gone up into third place now. And
all this battling just kind of let these front two kind of gap the rest of the pack.
Yeah, it really has as we go forward now to Lagalot and Denzel, who are running pretty much back-to-back right now. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys compare throughout the remainder of the race. And it's been a really clean race so far. No need for a safety car at all, really. And we're going to run for our field now as we have Sir Lagalot in first place, Denzel in second place, Pompey Pigeon in third, Kmart Tights in fourth, and we're going to come back to that battle in a second because these guys are right on each other again. LSEM Insanity in fifth, right behind those guys as well. Jeff Newton, good job Newton, GJ Newton, I don't know how to say that. In sixth with Norbert right behind him. Wow, another great battle. Too quick. Right behind that mid pack is really flaring up. And we have LSEM Boost in ninth, bringing up the back of the mid pack, trying to keep up with Too Quick. 40 Bread in the Bentley, maybe off to a bit of a bad start, trying to push to keep up. Chaos Fox just behind him, trying to see if he can't get back into the top 10. Fast Fox Racing. LSEM, Boomtastic 101 in 12th, and we have AP1 Raccoon in 13th. So we're going to go back to the Pigeon Kmart Insanity. I don't know, actually. Maybe we'll go to...
They seem to kind of spread out a little bit.
Yeah. But we're going to... I think that's because the Jaguar has more legs than the Porsche. So as they go through the middle sector here, I think the Porsche will close in. And it should be really awesome to watch.
Norbert's going around the outside in turn 7 on Newton.
Oh,
made it stick.
Damn. We have this big pack of 4 cars going on right here. Too Quick Newton, Norbert, Boost. Really great race back here so far. We're going to go back to the back of the pack and ride on board with Boost to just have a look forward at this battle as it unfolds. Newton going a little bit wide. That might allow Too Quick to try and get the runner on the outside, and it has. Too Quick going up into 7th place. A little bit of contact, but that's just, I think, Newton trying to regain the line. We have, and that's allowed Boost to get through as well. Newton having a bit of a tough run through that sector there. He's going to have to try and claw back in this 27-lap race. 2 quick stops required. Really been quite a race. Norbert up in the 6th, looking forward towards 4th and 3rd. We're going to ride on board with 4th place now. Who's actually quite removed from his competitor so far today, Pompey Pigeon. And Newton and Boost getting into it a little bit. No contact, but Newton's going to try and make the move stick into the inside of turn 1.
Oh, Newton was a little wide. He made it.
Just a little bit wide. Boost is taking that opportunity to get the cutback and remain in 8th place there as Newton works his way back up to try and catch back up to the front of that mid pack. The first 2 places have really separated themselves from the rest of the pack so far, that being Sir Lagalot and Denzel. We have contact.
That was...
We have contact. Do we have damage on... Hold on, do we... We have sim damage on in this lobby, right?
Yeah.
Alright, because it's showing that Jeff only, that Newton only has cosmetic damage. I'm not sure what that's about. We'll see if a safety car is called here. I don't think it has been. I don't think Newton has any damage, really. We'll see whether or not he ducks into the pits. But I don't think so. I think they just got into a little bit of tussle. Any other battles forming around the track right now?
Not that I can see. There's really not much going on. They kind of all spread out now.
Indeed, as we have the lap lead is already running at 19% tire wear for the race in their front. It's actually going to be, I think it's going to be a bit close with 2 pit stops for the race today, in terms of people's tires towards the end of the race. Now the only Ford GT in the race has disconnected, so I don't think fueling's going to be too much of an issue today. Sadly. And we have a battle between Norbert and Too Quick now. Norbert right on the tail of Too Quick, so Too Quick's obviously gunning for Bruce at some point there. Norbert looking to try and get a run, but he's gone a little bit too fast into the corner and not able to get enough speed out of the corner. He'll have to try and make it up through the sector here to get a better run, which miraculously he's been able to do in the last couple of occasions, and I think he may have even done it this time. No, Too Quick able to get a bit more of an acceleration run there. And
yeah, Boomtastic is in the pits.
Boomtastic is in the pits, making one of his mandatory pit stops maybe a little bit early. I don't think he had any damage yet. Oh, and we have a bit of connection between now Norbert and Too Quick, but nothing too serious. A bit of a lockup or a little bit of grass dust cloud coming up now behind Norbert with Boost and Newton. And it will be 2 mandatory pits for today's race. Going forward to Pompey Pigeon and Kmart Tights, who I do believe are pretty close once again. Kmart managing to close that gap a little bit, but it'll be... He has to get close enough to use that draft so that the Jaguar doesn't pull too much going into 10 and 17.
He's closing down the straights, in the draft at least.
And hold on. Oh my, we have a tussle for the lead up front. Denzel and Sir Lagalot really bumper and bumper right now.
Oh, this is
really interesting. I think, like we've seen before, the Porsche is going to pull a little bit in the corners as Lagalot runs wide and might leave the door open for Denzel if he can get a better run with that Jaguar with its legs better, faster, stronger,
might try to the inside
than the rest of the... He might try to the inside, yes. He's gone a bit deep.
Oh,
contact. A little bit of bump. Denzel's going to redress. That's good racecraft right there. They have enough of the lead with that bump. Did not cost them all too much. Denzel looks forward again. Little voice crack for myself. Really good race. I think what Denzel has to be looking for here is to try and keep Porsche going into turn 16 so that he can really make a use of that run onto the back straight. Yeah. And we're gonna go back now to Too Quick and Norbert, as Norbert may be able to get a run. We can't see with the Norbert falling back a little bit in the corner X of that one. We're gonna go back up to the lead battle now.
Yeah, Denzel's pretty close. He's gonna get the run.
Oh, it's gonna be a close one. Is he gonna risk it going into 2-17 though? I don't think so. I think
off a little bit.
I think he's going to try and get a better run going into turn 1. Maybe try and gain the inside line. This is exactly what we saw last lap as we went on board with them. We're gonna drop down. We're gonna ride on board with the cameras of Denzel, and we're going to have a look and see his telemetry. Show you exactly what he's doing as he tries to close the gap, taking a wider line, maybe trying to get a better run, but maybe just a little bit too wide as he gets one wheel on the outside there. And we have a stick with these cars until after the apex, see if he closes that in. Then we're going to go back to a pack of 3 cars for 5th, 6th, and 7th that seem to be battling as well. LSEM and Sanity leading that pack in front of Too Quick and Norbit.
I wonder if something happened to Insanity, because he was running up with Pompey and Kmart Tights.
Maybe. He might have just been struggling to find that pace a little bit in the opening parts of this race. We'll have a look at his... I don't think he has taken that pit stop yet. It's a bit early to take the pit stop.
Oh, Insanity.
He's gone a little bit wide there. No damage from his... Oh, 10% engine damage from Insanity, so he's done a little bit of rev bashing at some point there.
So that's probably where that distance came from.
Most likely, yes. We're going to keep the map up, just because it's really helping me to tell what's happening otherwise. And that first place, second place battle, still lively, as we see tire wear popping up to nearly 30% on the front tires of those cars there, and Denzel's going to jump into the pits and try for the undercut. Lago opting to stay out for a little bit, maybe making use of his tires as long as he can. If you can extend the first part of the stint, then you have the opportunity to have fresher tires coming out in the end, because tires might be an issue if you decide to pit too early and then have to extend your stints out a little bit longer.
Seems like there's a lot of people opting to pit this lap. Insanity and Too Quick are also in.
But we have a battle with Newton and Boost now for 5th and 6th place. The Aston Martin looking to get a run going into the hairpin. Don't think it will happen though. And that Beamer does have the legs on the Aston, I do believe. So these two cars here, they're not leaderboard cars in the Force GT division. The Aston Martin is definitely a bit trickier to drive, even though it has that massive rear wing to provide some downforce. Newton getting a little bit slippery there. Maybe a little bit of lag going on. I'm not sure what happened there. Newton went all wibbly wobbly timey wimey, and then Boost
is
activated the attack
is definitely,
mode for... And we're gonna go to race stats.
Boost is on the inside.
Boost going up the inside now.
He's making the pass. He got it.
he's made the pass, but it's maybe handed Newton a little bit of an advantageous situation there, because his car, I don't think, has as much speed as the Aston in the straight line. So it's allowing him to stick in that draft, not lose too much time to the Aston in the straights, put himself in a potentially advantageous situation going to turn 1, or into that complex of turns 2.
He has 7% engine damage, so...
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Right, so maybe a little bit advantageous there to sit in behind Boost for a while, let him pull his pace forward a little bit rather than slowing down Boost. Maybe he can try and speed up Boost and catch up to Norbit and his opponent in those positions.
I'm surprised he hasn't opted to pit yet, though, since he's running with that. It's 8% now.
Oh my, what? And we apparently have a new land speed record set in this lobby due to that little bit of lag there, as the top speed for a race achieved so far has been a 630 kilometers an hour. For those of you using Imperial units, it's about 600, about 400, 300 miles an hour. And Denzel now, Denzel, the first place contender, coming up to this battle now.
273 miles per hour.
273 miles an hour. We have this battle going on between Boost and Norbert, and it's just been cut in by Denzel, who's opted to pit, I believe, already. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how this affects his position as opposed to the first place runner, Lagalot, who's got on the back straight now. I think this will compromise his pace a little bit. Though he has managed to get through it, he will have lost time trying to pass those two cleanly.
It's going to be interesting to see how much time he did lose getting through those.
Definitely. And, yeah, so, Newton trying to stay close enough there for that draft and boost, but I think he might have stayed out. Lagalot's hit the pits now, so we'll see. We'll ride on board with Denzel to see if he comes out in front of Lagalot. Lagalot may be having issues. No, Lagalot's already out. Lagalot is
he's still
out
in.
of the pits. Is he? Who's in first place now? Oh, Kmart Tights is passing. So
Denzel's actually going to pass him.
I don't think so. The thing about the thing about Sebring
is
is
that extra.
Yeah, you get that pit stop, and then as you come out of the pits, it puts you right up to race pace, which I really enjoy. So, Lagalot's come out a little bit ahead of where he was before because of Boost and Newton's battle back there. You still, I believe, have elected not to pit. Or maybe they have. I don't know. I can't see Newton's tire wear, but Boost is still on 35% tire wear, which leads me to believe that Newton is not pitted yet either.
Yeah, Newton's still on the. Occasionally, you can see the yellow pop up, so I think it's on the. He's up to 10% now, so that's pretty.
Okay.
That's not good. He should probably pit.
Yeah. It's late enough in the race where there's only one more stop that needs to be made.
Yeah.
It's really awesome that we haven't had any safety cars yet. I think that's a real testament to these drivers' quality.
I was really shocked that they actually made it through turn 1 clean on the first lap.
I know, right? That was really,
I was really expecting
great.
something to happen.
As we look forward to Denzel, look at Denzel now as he looks forward to Lang a lot. Boost has got some separation from Newton now, so I suspect that Newton will want to duck into the pits going into
probably the sooner the better.
Definitely, as maybe Kmart's in the pits now. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out. As Norbert still elected to stay out at the provisional first, but actual race lead right now is Denzel, who's managed to put down a 2:01.9 so far. Really impressive. And we do in the LSEM 100 in the driver's briefing, we have specified that you are allowed to take, even though it isn't Forza Clean, you are allowed to take that inside, you are allowed to take that turn 1 all the way to the inside wall, and you're allowed to take the run out of turn 17 all the way to the tire barrier. Preferably not into the tire barrier. That would like to be avoided.
I may or may not have done that.
Yes. As this being the last track of the Online Racing Association's TC. Look at that! What's going on there? Who's that? That's Newton. That's Newton who's run deep into the corner using the escape road there. He's come out behind Pompey Pigeon. And Kmart Tights are going to look forward now and try and get to these.
Maybe I should just stop picking people.
You're a bad luck champ. No,
yeah.
Newton, really, he is pushing hard though. And I have to say, the M6 is not an easy car to make work around here. Maybe it was in Touratech, but you have to remember that was at 851 PI with a 5% power handicap. So the builds are slightly different than these here. And
it's pretty shocking that he actually stayed out of the pits that last lap. Or this lap?
Yeah, it really is. He is in the middle of a battle of cars that have already pitted right now, and I don't know. We need to see if he goes in this lap. I think that's really important. Fourth place ducking into pits now. I'm presuming that's Boost. He's opting to stay out again. So maybe he feels he's losing too much pace from the engine damage, and
or he just doesn't know he has engine damage.
Maybe. It may be. It'd be interesting to see how this affects his position with Boost, who's just come out of the pits now, I believe. Yeah. So Boost currently sitting in 9th place. Norbert still having to pit as well, so he is also opting to extend out his first stint. As you see his LSEM livery there. Casual Racing Mondays, maybe I'll have to ask him what that's all about. We have Denzel and Lagalot, the race leaders, going into the top of the track now. Denzel's still looking forward to try and catch up. We have Kmart Tights and Jeff Newton now. Back to back. There's no rules against battling against cars that have already pitted, as opposed to if you had not pitted yourself. It'll be very interesting to see how Newton handles the rest of
I'm just really surprised that he hasn't pit yet.
Maybe, yeah, but I think that he's trying to extend out the first stint to give himself that pace advantage over Boost towards the latter half of the race. Because if you can run your first stint of tires out longer, then your next two sets will be less warm by the time you have to take your second pit, and you will have the better pace as long as you don't mess yourself up too much. And Norbert now in the pits. No,
that was Boomtastic.
Boomtastic in the pits. No. So we're gonna stick on Boomtastic for a little bit as we see second and third place come up to him. So we'll ride along with me down the Mississippi as the other two come up, and we'll watch the battle unfold from his perspective.
So I think Norbert is the last one to pit, besides
Newton.
Yeah.
I think that is the case. Yes. I think it'd be interesting to see how Boomtastic handles the situation. It'll be interesting to see how the other two do. I think Lagalot will be a little bit impatient coming up behind Boomtastic as he tries to get past to extend his lead over Denzel. Yeah. We'll see if Boomtastic pulls over the side, and he's gone up the inside really well actually there. Maybe a little bit of a connection as Boomtastic rides out.
Oh, he spins.
He spins. I don't think we'll have a look, but that collision I think was a bit late to cause any damage there. Thankfully. But now he's got 4th and 5th coming up behind him. Really good vantage point actually. Pompey pigeon. Looking to get maybe the overtake. Oh. Boomtastic watching to rejoin. We have another car.
I don't think
this
is his race.
AP1 Raccoon in the pits already. Boomtastic showing off that Forza Rallycross line to let the rest of the by. Insanity closing the gap now. Maybe looking to the inside of this corner here. And he does indeed. So we're going to move up to, I think the battle for lead again has really closed up. Although we do have Newton and Too Quick now back to back. No, Newton in the pits finally. We'll see where he comes out in relation to the rest of the field, especially considering that he's run with engine damage for so long. I think Boost will have Yep, as we see Boost go past there, I think Newton has fallen behind a little bit with that 10% engine damage, really compromising his lap times.
At least he's finally in the pits. I was getting a little worried whether he was ever going to do it.
Yes, indeed. As we have Norbert looking forward to Too Quick. I think this is our trademark current battle. I apologize for the yellow flag flashing on the screen intermittently. That was the wrong click of the button. And Norbert really on the back bumper of Too Quick now. I think the M3 does have better cornering speed, maybe higher lateral G load than Too Quick. So we'll see how he catches up in this sector. But I gotta say, a really good caliber of racing so far from everyone in the field.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting to see the way that they split up and kind of all had their little pods going on of just battling. There hasn't really been a like a boring part to the race so far. It's been kind of consistently been good.
Consistently interesting, and I think that the battle to look out for right now is battle lead first place, who is our current leader, which is what first place means, of course. But then we have Denzel behind, running his fast 1.9, so maybe him having the pace of a lag a lot, as he's had to close
Definitely
that gap.
closing.
Yeah, he's had to close that gap after moving through traffic, but after extending his stint, after going into the pits earlier than lag a lot, actually, in trying for the undercut. They're coming up through AP Raccoon, so again, Lagalot's handled traffic fairly well in the past, along with Denzel. So we'll see how he handles the Aston Martin GT3 of AP1 Raccoon, who I think has made a second, perhaps. And running wide there too.
Sadly, I got disconnected, so I do need to get back in. I'm joining. Hopefully this is Forza. Yeah.
The 100 we're running as a streamed and serialized event. This is the preseason round 1. Round 2 will be next weekend, Sunday. The European lobby will be hosted at 4 p.m. British time, and the American lobby, we'll see. It's going to be either at the same time as today, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or it'll be an hour and a half delayed. As we have Denzel now moving up the inside of Lagalot in 10-17. I think he's got the advantageous position, but Lagalot, getting bumped wide a little bit there. Maybe able to keep around the outside, get a better run, but I think he's really been put off his line to the corner there, and as we see Denzel take the play. Denzel, I think, is redressing the position there. Based on that tap into turn 17. So really clean racing going on up front. Really respectful racing also. And that's really great to see in a series like this.
I sadly think I'm going to need an invite. It's not letting me in.
No worries. I'll invite you to the game. If it doesn't work, then you'll have to restart your Forza.
Forza being Forza, sadly.
So we have Newton and Too Quick in the pits now. Maybe opting to take the second pit as they enter the last 10 laps of this race.
I'm gonna have to restart.
Looking around, there's a couple of packs forming around the track. Denzel was still behind Lagalot here, and the rest of the field seems to have passed out. We're going to run for our grid order quickly before these two reach the back straight. So we have Lagalot in first place, Denzel in second. We have Pompey Pigeon in third. we have Prod Racing in fourth, and we actually have the only team entry for today in second and third, which is really impressive. The Flying Cat team entry. The liveries are really nice. They have a little cat at the front peeking out of the hood, so that's really interesting. As Den's a little bit too far back to still make a move into 10-17. So we go back to fourth now with Kmart Tats running the Prod livery, and we're gonna go show that off a little bit on the side. It's a really nice kind of gray to black livery with a nice design on the side. I don't know if you saw it there. You get another pan across here, and there's that. So that's really nice. It's really enjoyable to look at. We're gonna go back to replay cameras now, and go back to fifth place in LSEM Norbit. Norbit running the GT3. Got AP Raccoon in front. We'll see how he handles it as Pigeon goes into the pits, putting Norbit into provisional fourth. Insanity closing the gap again after having severe engine damage at the start of the race. Looking forward to Norbit now. Pompeii Pigeon in sixth. Boost in seventh. Gonna come out in front of Pigeon. But him not having made that second stop yet might mean that he will have some issues, as we have Too Quick now entering turn 1, having made his second stop already. 40 Bread, not sure if he made a second stop, and Newton in 10th with Chaos Fox CM7 in 11th. I'm gonna go back to that first place battle now.
Finally getting back in.
Awesome. Still some good battles going on around the track. That first and second has been really tight the entire race. And it's really impressive what these guys can do. Now, it's really interesting that we've had first and second place form a packet two. Third place is a little bit on his own right now. I think that's third place. Yeah, third place. Fourth place and fifth place are back to back now with Norbit and Insanity. And I think Insanity's closing, so we're going to ride on board there a little bit and have a look at this battle and see if Insanity is managing to save his energy this time around. Yes, he is. And he's in the middle of his second stint now with 49% fuel being the key indicator there. And he's really made a lot of that distance up in this between the time he pitted to go into his second fuel stint and now. Especially looking forward to Norbit. It's interesting to see though. I'm not sure if that Audi R8 is. I'm not sure where its advantages lie as opposed to the M3. I think they're very evenly balanced. I think the M3 might have a little bit more cornering speed, and so it's up to Insanity to make the most out of his runs in the R8. And with only 8 laps to go now. It's really awesome to see these guys compete and race in such a manner as they do. So now the question everyone's asking, Buku, did you make it back in?
Yes, I'm finally back in.
Awesome.
Just trying to get everything sorted to where I can see everything that's going on. There we go.
And the field's
really started to spread out a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, really.
I think that's a result of us being in the middle of that second pit window. So give it another 4 laps or so, and the pack will really tighten up again. It's been really fun.
I think for sure the first two aren't spread out though. They're right neck and neck.
Oh, and maybe we lost somebody else. Losing Boomtastic now. Just disconnected. And we have someone in the pits. I think that's came out tights. Yes, it's came out tights in the pits now. As Norbert and Insanity pass them, those two trying to. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
No, it just
No,
came
yeah.
out tights.
Yeah. Okay. For a second, it looked like Insanity.
It's just as
was the
people
one in
started
the pits,
passing them, it started. Yeah.
bugging out a little bit. Oh, and I don't know. The closest battle right now is still first place.
Yeah.
It's been a really flat-out race for Lagalot and Denzel. One small mistake from either of them will really maybe compromise their position. I think Denzel's going to try and extend his stint out as much as possible. Maybe try it for the overcut against Lagalot. Considering what happened his last time through. So if you look at their tires now, see how they're matching up. Lagalot's already hit 36%, and we have Denzel on 45%. So be interesting to see how these two tire strategies compare. I think Denzel was kind of banking on the undercut to give him a bit of a pace advantage, but he did exactly the opposite because he didn't get out in fresh air.
Yeah.
And now, sorry, yawn. Oh, we have. Oh, okay, that's AP1 Raccoon being passed by the rest of the field. It looked like for a second we had a really good battle going on back there.
Yeah.
And everyone's still really spread out right now. Noonan's lost a lot of
just
time
hit the
to
pits.
boost. Awesome. So we
So
actually have Lagalot. Oh, sorry, Denz. Wait. Yeah, we have Lagalot going to the pits. Maybe trying for the undercut? I'm not sure how this will work out because he's coming out
He was
probably right behind these two guys here, Norbert and Insanity. Right in the middle of that battle, actually. So Insanity is going to be trying to get past Lagalot, and Lagalot's going to be trying to get past Norbert.
Oh, Insanity's off. Went a little wide in that turn. Regained control though, pretty well.
If there's anything I know about that track, it's that you can take turn one a little bit into the grass and still recover, and Lagalot goes into the grass there, a little bit of a harder corner to recover because you have such a run there, you need to get out of it. Do you think he's losing pace behind Norbert?
I don't know.
We don't know. What do I hire you for then?
I don't. I mean, I think Norbert's fast enough to be able to keep him from. Yeah.
Yeah. It'll come down to how quickly Lagalot closes that gap and whether or not Norbert decides to pit this lap or not. I'm gonna move forward. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna have a look at what Denzel does, passing the pits this lap through. See if he decides to pit. And is that passing the lap traffic? No, that's a
pretty interesting battle for. Yeah, back in 10th.
We have Chaos Fox and 40 Bread, maybe on converging pit strategies after having a bit of a divergence at the start. So, okay, Chaos Fox has yet to make a second pit. 40 Bread has made a second pit already. So Chaos Fox is just being passed by the man, the myth, the legend, 40 Bread. As we see,
and
Chaos
Norbert
actually
is hitting the pits.
Yeah, so Norbert and Insanity boxing there to let Lagalot through, but we'll see. Has it compromised his pace, or has it actually increased that lead a little bit? Because there's always the opportunity that the draft might have done more good than harm for him.
Yeah, definitely. I think once Denzel pits, we'll be able to see how this plays out.
Definitely, and we're gonna go on board with Kmart Tights now, as he's gonna come out behind Norbert. We have a 4-man battle for fourth place right now, even. And this is gonna be the one to watch, I think, for the rest of the race. And first place battle will be the other one to watch once he's coming to the pits. Denzel's coming to the pits.
Too quick, at least giving me the I picked him, so I think he's my highest pick. So I need him to stay in fourth.
Well, we're gonna see. The question we have: has he pitted? And the answer to that question is
no.
Maybe.
Maybe? Yes.
Maybe. He's on 20% tire wear. So that means he's either made a really late first stop or a really early second stop.
Yeah.
And Norbert and Insanity getting into it now as they've dropped back from the rest of the pack. Insanity getting past Norbert? Yeah, so Insanity's past Norbert now, but he runs wide, so Norbert's going to get the run going into the next sector. We're going to go to the game cameras, because quite frankly, the other camera... Why are we on Kmart? Sorry, that's my bad. As they go too wide here. It's going to be really interesting.
They're definitely trading paint.
Definitely, as Insanity maybe getting... Getting a little bit loose in a run, but ultimately he's got the legs on that R8 compared to the BMW M3, so it's going to come up to Norbert to try and stick on that draft and get back through around turn 17. Best lap of the race is still 9. And
so in the midst of the battling going on, we go to first and second, and the gap seems to be pretty much the same.
A little bit. It's been extended a little bit due to that drafts. That undercut really worked for him there because he got in between Norbert and Insanity. There wasn't really much battling going on. They were just pushing each other and in terms of like mentally, and getting that draft down the back straight and the other straights has really proven advantageous. As now Denzel only has 4 laps to close that gap. It's gonna be interesting if he sees if it's interesting to see if he can do that as we go back to Norbert and Insanity now. The battle of the watch. Oh, Insanity going a little bit deeper.
Oh, Insanity.
So he's got a bit of ground to make up now. Each of these battles seems to be the case of one person trying to catch up and pass the other one, because you look around the map there. I mean, that's how battles work. But you look around the map, right? And you have first and second, often a pack of 2 with third place gone. Too quick and
they just all have their little pods. They're just
they're
all
all
together.
in groups of 2. They've all obviously heard of the buddy system and decided to stick with it this race. And race control asking now if Pigeon has done his second pit. He has. So he's got a really comfortable... Oh, I think he has. So he's got a really comfortable lead over 4th place now in Too Quick and the Kmart Tights. Norbert and Insanity back in 6th and 7th. So, I think Too Quick has done a second pit, but he's done it a bit early. So he's tried to extend out that second stint. And, you know, tires don't lose that much grip. So I think that him being on warmer tires than Kmart has allowed him to keep the pace. But Kmart, not to be underestimated, has the ability to catch back up through the corners as we see here. He gains a lot. And then, if he can get close enough to Too Quick to start really capitalizing on the draft, I think he'll do a really amazing job of catching back up. It'll be a really close one to watch going into the rest of this race.
It seems to be constantly Porsche and Jag all racing.
That seems to be the case.
Besides Insanity and Norbert.
Yeah, it really is Porsche Jag, isn't it? They've been the 2 cars to stand out at this track, and you know, it's not just about the cars, because we had a couple of the rear pack driving Jaguars, and Porsches, and it comes down to the cars that the driver's most comfortable with, what they're best in, really. And yeah, so we're gonna have a look at.
That's
the
why I
lap
really
times
wanted
that
to
people
see.
are posting.
That's why I really wanted to see Zombie in the 4GT, because I know the 4GT has small bladder syndrome with the fuel tank, but he's really comfortable with that car, and I know he's really quick with it. So it would have been cool to see how he fared with the rest of the cars.
Definitely, as we look at the lap times that people are posting right now, let's have a look. The fastest lap of the race is still about 2:01.9 by Denzel.
You can see Denzel starting
lot.
to push a little bit more. He's starting to, run off track a little bit and miss his apex here and there. He's starting to push.
He's starting to get a bit flustered, maybe, as he's trying to catch back up, lag a lot. He's got 2.5 laps left to do it. Although I think he's pushing too hard now, where it might be compromising his pace a little bit. A lot of the time, if you get into a zone, then it really only hurts when you start getting out of that zone and pushing yourself and extending yourself. So once again, these pods are kind of formed, and I think Denzel is struggling to push now and keep up with those tires. I think he's pitted. Wait. Sorry, Denzel stayed out, so he's got the better tires. I'm thinking of too quick. So Denzel's got the slightly better tires as compared to Lag a lot, but he's just psyching himself out now.
Yeah, way too hard.
We have Norbert and Sanity still going at it. It's really impressive. These two are still pushing each other, and I think Insanity's taking an approach completely inverse to Denzel's. Insanity is, you can tell his driving. He's pushing, but he's being consistent and making sure that when he does push, he doesn't jeopardize himself further. So we see the lap times as they cross. Insanity's actually closed the gap by half a second on this lap to Norbert. So we're gonna see what the time intervals are.
After running wide in turn 7, that Insanity's really starting to close it in.
Yeah, as we have 2 seconds between the lead two, we have less than a second between 4th and 5th. We have only half a second now between 6th and 7th. So it's really, I'm not sure if the battle for first is salvageable at this point unless Langelot makes a mistake, but Insanity is really pushing up on Norbert. And the same goes for Kmart Tights on Too Quick. It's going to be really interesting to see those two battles form and see who comes out on top, how desperate people get going into the last couple of laps.
Norbert just had a little bit of a lockup there. Insanity
is closing that gap even further now.
He's trying.
He'll be within the attack zone, which isn't anything fancy. It's just what I call close enough to touch. He'll be within the attack zone, I think, by maybe halfway through the last lap. Maybe he can get that set 6th position. Maybe. Although I think, what's happened there?
We just lost
Ticker. Who'd we lose? We lost one of the front runners.
Yeah, I think it was 5th.
And there goes Kmart Tights. The Australians having, I don't think they've had too many connection issues so far today, but we're having some issues with disconnects today, which is definitely not what we want to see.
for this
So
last
here we
lap.
go into the last lap.
Norbert.
Insanity's still with exactly the same gap as he had before, but if you look at the ticker, you see that gap just close by about a tenth of a second in the straights. So Insanity, his job now is to stay close
Ran a little
enough
wide
in the corners, and this is the last lap battle for 5th place for the top 5. The current battle, last time you'll see that pop up on our screens today. So we haven't had the other 2 animations go on so forth. The yellow flag animations and the resume racing animations not having popped up yet. But we have... You see how much Insanity closes there? He's down to less than half a second.
He's there.
So if Insanity can hold... He's definitely there. If Insanity can hold, maybe compromise Norbert a little bit in the corners here. If he can do that, as he tries going around the outside, setting himself on the inside, but he falls back a little bit, Norbert able to get a better run in the next section, but he's going a bit sideways there. He's really compromised Norbert's ability to go through the sector here, and I think that might be what potentially gives Insanity a chance to get into 5th place. The run going to the next corner. He's backed off a little bit.
Why did he
give Norbert some space? He doesn't want to compromise his own race. He doesn't want to compromise Norbert's race. They are teammates after all. But we're going to see Insanity try and get a better run. Can he do it? I think it's going to be a close one. It's going to be a really close one. But I think Norbert's got it, unless Insanity can get up the inside here. Unless Insanity can get up the inside, we'll see. We'll see Norbert take 5th place. We'll see Insanity take 6th place.
In the midst of the battle, we totally missed the leader across the line.
We have mile 100 now. Epilepsy warning. And so we have Lagalot taking out 1st position in today's race. We have Denzel taking out 2nd position in today's race. Pompeii Pigeon taking out 3rd position. Too Quick in 4th. Norbert in 5th. Insanity in 6th. Although Insanity's gotten past Norbert now as his AI driver takes control. Boost in 7th. Spinning himself out on the straight intentionally. Newton in 8th. Red in 9th.
I'm not really sure
Fox
why
in 10th.
Insanity.
Recruit in 11th. You're saying you don't know why Insanity backed off in that corner, right?
Yeah, that was a little. It was surprised that he didn't keep the pressure on him going into that.
Well, it's
14, 15, and 16.
It's a really tough corner complex to overtake in a car where you have the advantage in handling. So trying to overtake with a car that you don't have the advantage, it's a really tough thing to do. And I think in the end it wouldn't have mattered if he would have got side by side. Norbert would still most likely had the inside line for one of the corners, putting him slightly ahead. And in the end, it really just comes down to that run going into turn 17. And Insanity just didn't have the angle, didn't have the run to make that happen. We just wait for Chaos Fox to reach this last lap now. Gives us a chance to have a look at some of these cars. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the grid result. The race over for the LSEM 100 preseason round 1. The race has run for 1 hour, just about 1 hour to be honest, to be fair. And next week we'll be heading out to Silverstone for the 2nd round of preseason testing. I think it's Silverstone. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure it is Silverstone. And then we go into our first season, starting on January 6th. We go into the first season of the LSEM 100. The season will be 3 weeks. Be like a little series season. 3 weeks. Race 1 will be Hockenheim GP. 36 laps plus 1 pace lap if we do that. Race 2 will be Suzuka GP 28 laps plus a pace lap. That will be on January 12th. And we'll have a bye week from the 19th to 20th to account for a major event that's happening in the Forza community, the 24 Hours of Daytona. And then we have the Series 1 finale at Spa. 23 laps, 1 pace lap. January 26th. Australia Day. And Series 2 will start on the 2nd of February, going to the 17th of February. Cars yet to be announced, but they are in the works. And yeah, let's see if we can't pull in some drivers from the race today. Starting off with Lagalot, our race leader. Let's see if we can get him in the party. Your impressions on today's race, though, Buku?
I think it was pretty interesting to see how the pack kind of split up into those little pods and just kind of, broke apart and started racing each other.
Yeah,
to the end there where they really started to spread out.
Yeah, we got these little pods of 2 cars forming as we hear the iconic AE of an Australian driver joining the party. We have Lagalot. Lagalot, you're our race winner for today. Position 1. How does it feel?
I'm kind of upset Denzel backed off for us into the race. Last part of the race.
Yeah,
that was fucking intense though.
It was really fun to watch you guys jostle for position for the race. Basically, I think what ended up happening in the end was that you managed to get a slightly better pit strategy in the last pit, because you came out right between Norbert and Insanity, and you didn't really battle with either of them. So that gave you 1 lap of draft down the straights that really helped you extend out a little bit over Denzel.
When Norbert went to the pits, I was so fucking close to taking him out.
Alright, and we're gonna pull in our second place driver for today. If we just check in who that was, we're gonna go for Denzel now. Hopefully, we'll see how. I hope he speaks English. If he doesn't, then we'll get Insanity in here to translate. Or we can do the rest of it in German. Weißt du, dass ich kann auch Deutsch sprechen? So, ich kann das machen, wenn du willst.
Yeah, sure. What he said.
Same.
Yeah, so we have Denzel maybe not wanting to join the party yet, so we're gonna go for third
He's
place.
off, cooling off a little bit after that. That was a pretty sad way to lose. Just losing pace.
Finding out now that Denzel actually, his 2019 was dirty, whereas Lagalot's 201.968 was clean. How does that make you feel, finally achieving that 201 on the leaderboard?
Mate, I'm so fucking happy. I was doing 201s that entire race without an indulge, because Denzel's like 20 meters behind me.
That's awesome, as we get Denzel joining the party now. We're just waiting for him to connect. It'll be a minute. Jeopardy boys, go watch it when it's on. It's taking a while for him to connect there. We'll try and keep the post-race stuff fairly short, but Denzel, hello.
Hello.
Congratulations on your second place today. That was a really intense race the entire way through.
Yeah, thank you. Really intense. So there's a lot of few laps. I was shit.
Yeah, definitely. So it was really fun to watch you and Lagalot battle it out. It's really interesting though, because you've just joined the party and Lagalot's connecting now, so it shows that there can only be one at the front, I guess. But P2, definitely great for the preseason round 1. Are you going to be planning on doing the second round of preseason next week?
Yeah, I'm going to try to attend for that. I'm pretty sure I will.
Awesome. We do have I think we'll keep the American lobby the same time, this one, and then we'll be opening up a European lobby as well, which will be at 4 4 p.m. Global mean time, Greenwich Mean Time. Don't know what's going on with my voice there. Maybe an hour of exciting racing has really compromised it. But but yeah, so we look forward to seeing you next week then, Denzel. And voice crack galore on my end. Thank you for coming out today.
All right, thank you. We'll see you guys next time.
And we're gonna pull in Insanity and Norbit now. One of the battles to really watch today. It's been a really tight and exciting race to watch. Maybe I'll have to start talking about it so my voice doesn't keep dying halfway through sentences. Norbit joining the party now. Insanity might take a minute longer as he is the party host of the other party. Norbit taking position 5. How does that feel in your first race in the LSEM 100? In the first race of the LSEM 100.
Well, first, thank you for organizing this whole event. It has been a pleasure racing with this lot. After qualifying 7th, I felt that maybe there were I was in a place where the guy who qualified in 6th was half a second quicker than me, and the guy in 8th was like a second behind. So I thought that I would have a longer race, but it was actually nice and fine. And up until I messed up in one corner, which I think you caught on stream.
As the party's gone through issues there, I don't know why Norbit's just been cut off mid-sentence. Norbit and Buku connecting to the party now. I guess we'll get your word on it quickly. Insanity, you had a bit of a troublesome start to the race there. You had
I had a perfect
engine
start.
damage.
I didn't even know I had engine damage until I saw it on the stream. And I was wondering why the hell were too quick and Norbit catching me suddenly so easily. I couldn't understand it. Then I heard you guys, yes, 10% engine damage. I'm like, shit, that's why. So yeah, I had a bit then, and after that I got engine damage again. But yeah, in the end I had a good battle with Norbert, so...
Yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice.
It's really
enjoyable. You gave me a run
watch.
for my money.
Yeah,
two
was
tenths.
Yeah, you guys really closed it up. Like Insanity, you in the last couple of laps, it felt like you just let the throttle go, and you were really just you managed to close that gap by half a second within the first, third last lap.
I was really on edge for the last couple laps there.
Yeah,
you guys.
In the end, I was pushing it without going over the edge. I knew I had to get, the thing was, I was braking a lot later than Norbert was, so I could close the gap under braking.
I was more cautious.
Straights we were almost the same, only my top speed was a little bit higher. So I knew I had to get really close, and I only could get in his slipstream and stay there in that last lap. So that last lap was
yeah, definitely.
This was great. For a while I was able to race against Too Quick, up until my mistake, which was really good. He was respectful, was clean, so
yeah, it brings out
a lot of respect for the guy.
Yeah, we had a really good caliber of drivers today. It's testament to which was the fact we didn't have a single virtual safety car. So maybe.
So before I leave this conversation, Pompey Pigeon and the D4 told me to thank you guys for organizing this race.
Oh, it's really a pleasure. It's great to get to watch people drive their hearts out and really push themselves to the edge. And I hope to see you two next week. We'll be hosting the American lobby. I think we'll do it with the American lobby will be held at the same time, and then
I don't
the
know
European.
if I can make it, man, because it's like 4:30 in the morning right now.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
it
don't worry
is.
about insanity. The great thing is that we do have the European lobby opening up next weekend, so that will be held at 4 p.m. Global mean time. So I think that's like 6 p.m. your time, maybe 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
It's 5
Yeah,
p.m. yes.
Yep, so 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time for the Dutch and Hungarian Wonder Boys. Awesome having you out today. Thank you so much for coming in, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys next week.
Good job.
Goodbye. Now we're gonna pull our final pair of drivers into the party now. I think we're gonna pull in Newton. I think, just to see what his thoughts were on the race, and see what if he's going to do the next race. I think he will. I think he's seen that it was a lot of fun. It's a shame that we had some drivers disconnect. We had Boomtastic, Crimson. The Crimsons. We had Boomtastic, Crimson, and Kmart Tights all drop out, which was a shame. I think Kmart Tights dropping out on lap 24, and then only being just behind Too Quick closing the gap. That's really, man, and that's a real feels bad moment. Press F to pay respects.
Yeah, they go the whole race and then just.
Yeah, definitely,
I
and
couldn't even imagine.
It's a real shame. So I'm not sure if Newton's going to join. So we might bring in his counterpart, LSEM Boost, as our last guest speaker for this evening. Let's see if he joins the party.
His car choice.
Yeah, and see if he is going to maintain it into the next race or if he chooses to change it for the preseason. And then that will conclude our post-race interviews. If he joins, that'll be.
If he joins.
If he joins, the big one. If he joins. If not, we'll get Too Quick in the party. Try and get him in. He's on YouTube right now. Maybe watching a broadcast. I don't know. Invite him to the party and see if he joins in for a little bit of a cheeky interview at the end. Maybe not. We'll see. But I don't know, Buku. Watching that race almost makes me want to not commentate the next one.
I really want to race. I really want to race the next one.
All right. So we have Boost and Too Quick joining the party at the same time. Boost and Too Quick, you guys were hello. You guys were battling a little bit at the start, but at the end, you guys ended up getting a bit of separation. Boost, I want to ask you first. How do you feel about the car choice that you made for today's race?
To be frankly honest, I wasn't planning on driving this car. I thought there was more time for me to practice because I thought the race was tomorrow. Downloaded the first tune that I found on the storefront.
Oh.
And here's how I can describe the tune that I drove. It was a piece of donkey doo.
Oh, that's a real shame.
Went around a corner and it just went, and that wasn't very fun to race with.
And yeah,
that's not very good.
Yeah, well, at least you know now for next week. And the great thing about next week is that you can actually change your car because it's a preseason. Preseason races, you can change the car. Yeah, you can change your car going into the next week, and then after that,
what track are they at next week?
Next week we'll be going to Silverstone GP, the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, which is actually 28 laps.
I might.
If you want to race,
I might have to request vacation. For the commentating.
I'll try to make it to commentate with you, but for the next race to make up for this one. Honestly, I'm really sorry. I thought the race was tomorrow.
Yeah, Boost, you can take my spot.
I'm really sorry, Butler.
No, that's fine. Brendan
I'll
was
drive the
originally
Dookie
supposed
tune.
to do. Brendan was originally supposed to commentate with me anyway, and then he was like, "Bro, I don't know, I might want to do this race." So that's why I was looking around. But that's all good, man. If my voice doesn't want to die. Now we're gonna go with Too Quick. You had a really, really good drive, I feel. You decided to take a pit strategy that was a bit shorter than the rest. So you came out, I think, at the end of the race with about 35% tire wear. You had Kmart tights closing on the back, and it was a real shame that we saw him disconnect in the last 2 laps of the race. But overall, what were your impressions of today's race?
Yeah, it was a fun race. Definitely give it that. Pit strategy-wise, I'm not too sure. I was just trying to possibly get ahead of the pack because there was some people battling. I thought I was going to gain on some people who were a couple hundred meters up the road.
Right.
I guess I fell into a couple battles between, I think it was Boost and the other GT2 M3 car. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, Norbert.
Yeah, there was a couple battles going on. Norbert, that's the one. But as for Kmart, yeah, he was having a good race. I think he followed one of my terrible lines towards the end, and I hit the barrier. I think that's why he disconnected.
Oh, that's a real shame. But really amazing race to watch overall, and I hope that we see you in the future.
I have a question.
Yeah, you go on.
How does it feel Too Quick to be the highest finisher of my pre-race picks? I picked you.
Okay, well that was good. Well, thank you.
And you did get a top 5.
Yeah, it was alright. I guess some of the mid laps, I guess, could have been better. They weren't as consistent as I guess as could have been. But that was a good race.
Yeah,
would have liked to have gotten third, but yeah.
Definitely was.
And the story of today was really Jaguar versus Porsche. We had Porsches battling up the top of the field against the other Jaguars. Only one Porsche actually finishing the race, but Lag a lot taking first place. But our first team entrant for the race, Flying Cat Racing, taking second and third. That's really impressive, I think. And it'll be interesting to see what they can do heading into the actual season. Anyway, folks, that's going to wrap up our broadcast for the LSEM 100 for today. I've been Kian Butler, LSEM the Butler. Been joined by Brendan Costi, LSEM Buku 17. Thank you, Buku, for commentating today.
Yes, sir. You guys will see me out there on the track next week.
No problem. And we'll be signing off today's broadcast with the second showing, in case you missed it, before the race of the LSEM team trailer. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're watching. Follow us on Twitter, on Twitch. That's the one. On Mixer. We'll be having another race next week, and we hope to see you there. Have a great week.
A relatively new team at Victor Falls 7. They're rolling out the red carpet for themselves here. Light Speed Endurance Motorsports. I can't wait to see with a couple of months of practice what these guys are going to be able to do.
When you want to get off that darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down.
And he's holding it all into the inside through the bus stop. Will he have the speed coming out of it? The Butler able to hold on to third for at least for now. There goes Butler and Buku, LSEM, first and second position. We've got a line of 2. That's going to be insanity the inside of, with Slapsvella looking to the outside here in 7.